everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go check out and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hey, looky here, we got two bottles. This was sent to me by Rico. He sent me the first batch and then he said, oh, I got a fresher batch, I'm going to send you that. So we're going to do a vertical here today. I don't do a lot of verticals, so we're going to do a vertical here. These are they're the same beer, but they're two different batches. As you can tell by the label, there's a little bit of different writing on the label than the other. This one says batch 265 2015, and this one says batch 11 of 2016, and the labels are a little bit different. They're both 5%ers. I don't know if we're going to get any different characteristics from these beers, being a 5% milk stout, but I'm going to do both of them at the same time to see if there is any differences in these beers. I got two glasses. I got the double glass here and my favorite tulip glass, this almond beer glass, and we're going to pour each one into each glass, and then we do a whiff and aroma on each one, and a taste, and then do the final chug like we always do, and see if there's any differences between the batches. So felt kind of obligated since he sent me two different batches to do a vertical, and so that's what we're going to do here. This is from Keegan Ales. They're out of Kingston, New York. Commercial description says here, Mother's Milk, as the name implies, is a dark and creamy milk stout. Hints of oatmeal, chocolate, and of course milk make Mother's Milk remarkably smooth and silky finish. A classic example of the style. So we're going to find out if there's any differences or any changes from one that was done in 2015 and the one that was done in 2016, and see how well it ages. A lot of times different batches have different characteristics, and especially if it's the same recipe, the one that's been aged a little longer is going to taste a little different than the one that's fresher. So we'll see what we end up with here on this one, guys. Food pairing for the style of beer, since it is a stout, it goes well with chocolate dishes. Glassware is a Pinebacker 9 tumbler style Sidell. I'm going to use the two tulip glasses because they enhance the aromas a little bit better than a pint glass or any of those other ones. So, and it says not recommended for extended cellarings. 5%er. I wouldn't cellar this beer too long, guys. Maybe 2, 3. Probably wouldn't cellar longer than about 3 years. 5 at the very max. Only a 5%er. So a lot of the stouts are a lot bigger than that, but on a 5%er, I don't know if I'd want to cellar it longer than that. So, especially on these lower ABV versions of the beers, no matter what it is, even being a stout, wouldn't try to cellar this beer very long. So that's why I went ahead and got these two out of the fridge. I'm reviewing this on the 9th of August. So we'll see what these two beers bring to the table. So that's all I need to talk about. So let's go ahead and get them opened up and get them into each glass and see what we got. We'll start off and pour the 2015 first. Nice hiss. And I'll pour that into the Almond beer glass. And I'm going to pour it kind of aggressive for a 5%. I don't think it's going to produce a massive head. And I'm going to set the beer in front of the, well, I'm probably going to get rid of the bottles and put them down here on the side. There's the 2015. And let's go with the 2016. Same cap. Not quite as big a hiss on this one as it was on the earlier one. Now I'm going to try to pour kind of the same on both, so we see what happens. So we've got the 2015 and the 2016. 2016 is in the taller double glass, and the 2015 is in the solid beer glass. About a finger of head on this one, maybe about a finger of head on the new one. So, and they're both pretty dark, pitch black, not getting a lot of light, a little bit of red rubbiness through here. Let's get a nose on this one. Nice sweetness to it. Nice roasted malt. A lot of that sweetness coming from the lactose they use in the brewing of the milk stout. Hints of caramel and toffee. Not getting a lot of dark fruit or coffee or chocolate on the nose. And as you can see, it's still retaining quite a bit of head, and this one is dissipated completely. Maybe the glassware might have a little effect of that. I don't have two of these or two of those poured in the same glass. Basically the same nose. Nice sweet caramel, toffee, roasted malt smell. Not getting a lot of chocolate or coffee or anything on it. Smells very similar to that one. But as you can tell, this one looks a little creamier, being aged a little longer than this one did. And like I said, the glassware may have an effect on that, guys. So let's give it a taste. Rico, thanks again, my friend. Very nice. A very nice low ABV milk stout. Roasted malt, caramel, toffee, nice sweetness from the lactose they've used. Very easy drinking. Alcohol is very well hidden. Very nice, very well done. And it's right out of the fridge. Both of these are. We might get a little bit of dark fruit or something in there as it warms up to room temperature. As you can see, we've about got a quarter finger of head on this one now, and this one is gone. There's no head left at all. To me, guys, even though it poured very little head, there's a little bit more sweetness to it. A little bit more caramel and toffee notes in there. I'm still not getting any coffee or chocolate. The older ones seem to be a little creamier. The flavors in the 2016 seem to be a little more prominent. I'm getting a lot more rich malt and caramel and toffee notes in this one than I am the 2015. So that may tell us not a good beer, too sour. Alcohol is very well hidden, 5%, not a big boozy beer. But as you can see from the glasses here, we still got just a little bit of head on the 2015 and not on the 2016 version. So both of them are fairly well equal. To me, very, very similar in the recipes, probably the exact recipe. But I think the characteristics of the 2016, the caramel and the toffee and the sweetness is a little bit more prominent than the 2015 version. The 2015 version seems a little creamier, but the mouthfeel and the taste is a little more subdued than that. So aging it may give a little creamier mouthfeel, letting it combine and mature a little bit, but the freshness of the newer batch stands out a little bit more, with the caramel and the toffee and the roasted malt being a little bit more prominent in the taste than what we're getting on the 2015. So if you like a creamier mouthfeel, age it just a little while longer. If you like that big caramel toffee roasted malt taste, it's a little more prominent in the 2016 version than the 2015. So I'm going to take this out and let the other half have a taste of each one, see what she thinks. And I'm cooking some stuffed cheeseburgers on the grill and finish up the cigar that I was smoking. A nice Obsidian Maduro wrapped cigar. Was a little heavy on the beer that I done earlier, yesterday's beer, the Imperial Cream Stout from Carton. It was a little overpowering for that beer, but I got a feeling it's going to go very well with this darker beer. So let's let it warm up and sip on it for a little bit, and we'll come back and do the final chug and see where both of these end up. I would say it's identical recipes, guys. The only way you would know is that they're different is by the batch number and the date on the bottle. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got this one left here. The other half synopsis was the same as mine. They were both very tasty beers. The 2016 version has a little more taste, a little more roasted malt, a little more caramel toffee taste to it. Nice sweetness from the lactose they use in brewing this beer. Very pleasant beer to drink, especially for a 5%er, very low ABV. On the 2015 edition, a little creamier, but the roasted malt and the caramel and toffee is a little more subdued. It left a very nice facing on the glass. It did age very well, but not quite as prominent as the taste that I'm getting from the 2016 version. So, both excellent beers. If you like a little creaminess to your beer, age it just a little while, and it's going to do that, but you're going to lose a little bit more of the roasted malt caramel toffee taste. Both beers are excellent, well done beers, and the lacing on the 2015 is a little more prominent on this glass than it is from the double glass that I've got the other one poured into. And the glassware may have an effect on that, guys, but as far as the taste, she agrees with me. The 2016 version has a little bit more taste as far as the roasted malt and the stronger toffee caramel taste than the 2015 did. But the 2015 is a little more creamier, bigger head pour, a little bit more lacing left on the glass. Both excellent beers. So let's do the final chug, 2015 first. Very nice. Very nice roasted malt caramel toffee taste. A lot more creamier than the 2016, in my opinion. Alright, the 2016 version. Hardly any lacing left on the glass or any head on the beer at all. But a little bit more aroma. I'm getting a lot more roasted malt and caramel and toffee on the nose and taste. Just a little bit more flavor on the 2016, but a little bit more creaminess on the 2015. So, guys, you can make up your mind whether you'd like a little bit more creamier, age it for a little while. You'll get that, but you're going to lose a little bit more on the nose and on the taste, on the roasted malt and the caramel and toffee than the 2016 version has. So that's my opinion. And basically that's her opinion too. She tasted both of them, and just like I did, and thought the 2016 had a little bit more taste, but the 2015 had a little more creaminess to it, but not as much taste. So that's where we are on this one from Keegan Ales, and these guys are out of Kingston, New York. Very tasty beers, very nice rendition of a low ABV 5% milk stout. Very nice. Like I said, I don't think I would sell this beer more than 2-3 years, 5 years at the most. But you got to realize you're going to lose a little bit of the flavor aging of that, but you're going to gain some creaminess on the beer aging it for a little while longer. So that's where we're at on this beer. So if you've had this one from Keegan Ale, let me know what you think. As far as the rating on this one, guys, I would probably give this, I don't think it's quite to the A category. To me, this beer is a 6, right in the middle of the B category. very nice on both of them. I like both of them. The same recipe probably. The cellaring give it a little more creaminess. The fresh one a little more taste as far as the caramel, toffee, and the roasted malt. So that's where we're going to leave this. Numeric rating on this, guys, will probably right in the B scale, about an 85. So very nice, very well done beer. A nice low ABV milk stout. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 85. I agree with that 100%. That's exactly where I would put this beer, 85. And over to Rate Beer, they say 86 overall and 73 in style. So we got 85, 85, and 86. So we're all pretty close there in the numbers, guys. It's about a mid-range B beer to me. Whether you cellar it or you drink it fresh, it's a pretty tasty beer. A very nice, if you want to get into the milk stouts, especially a low ABV beer, easy for me to say, a low ABV milk stout, this is a great candidate. Especially if you want to try a milk stout, something that's not quite as bitter, a nice lactose sweetness to it. Very easy drinking, 5%, not going to knock your face in the dirt. You could drink several of these and still function. So, very nice beer. Very well done. So, Rico, once again, thanks again, my brother, for sending me 2 different versions of this beer to do the vertical with. And very tasty beer, guys. It's really hard to differentiate it unless you pour them side by side and taste one beside the other and get that. More creamy for the one that's aged, more flavor for the one that's not. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. Let's go over to Untapped to see what they think. If I can get the damn computer to work. And they say 3.69, so that's a tad better than the grade that I'm giving it. They're saying it's between a B and a B plus, somewhere in that area. So I wouldn't argue with that. Very nice beer, very tasty beer, especially for a milk stout. Nice sweetness, very enjoyable. If you've had it, let me know what you think. If you've had the 2016 version or the 2015 version, let me know what you've had and what you think of it, guys. And going back tomorrow. Let's dig something tasty out of the fridge. See you then.